Hello there, welcome back to my channel everybody. My name is Haley. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super excited today because we are testing out a brand spanking new makeup product. The product that we're testing out today is from Too Faced. It is their Super Fine Brow Detailer Pencil. For today, I am testing out the shade Espresso. To try this out through Influencer. Shout out to Influencer, thank you. If you want to know what that is, then I'll put a little description, in the description. I'll put a description of what it is in the description. Alright, so this is an ultra slim brow pencil from Too Faced. It is supposed to be super long wearing, smudge proof, waterproof, all of the above. Okay, so here is a look at the pencil itself. It has a pointy edge over here. Something's really cute, a little heart detail on the back. Now the back does include a spoolie, and the top part looks like so. So hopefully, I'm going to push this up a little bit to hold it. You can see it is very fine. It's not pointy, so if you're looking for something that's like a felt tip point, this isn't it. I'm going to compare it to my brow chow from Item Beauty. You can see it's definitely smaller. They're almost the same shape. This one's like more triangular. This one is more of an oval shape. Okay, before we start applying this to the brows, I'm going to preface by saying I am in no way, shape, or form a brow expert. I consider myself very, very, very lucky to have naturally full brows. These are my natural brows. I literally have not done anything to them. So I consider myself very lucky in the brow department. Now that being said, the usual places that I just have to kind of fill in are like right here where the hairs get just a little bit sparse. So that's really like the only place that I have to fill in my brows. That being said, I have a really hard time matching the color as well. Usually, like, my hair is really dark brown in my eyebrows, like almost black. So everything that's normal that I normally try that's in the dark brown range doesn't work. This one is pretty darn close. The undertone is a little off. Like if I draw a line and you'll see it looks different, but then once I actually get going and filling in, it looks the same. So this is pretty darn close. So I'm going to start by using the spoolie to just brush through them. I also want to say my eyebrows are not plucked as much as they should be. We're going to have to deal with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on in. I just moved this up a little bit, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the undertone here. So I'm just going to make a little line there. You can see that this has more of a red or warmer undertone, and then my eyebrows are really, really cool. So once again, I am in no way, shape, or form an eyebrow expert. They're probably going to look a little funky, but hey, I'm trying. Now, the thing I will say about this, because I tested it out beforehand, you are not going to get super duper fine hair-like strokes. Like, you will need that really pointy felt tip for this. Although this is very small and very fine, it still doesn't give you those, like, where you can, like, pretend you're drawing actual hairs. That's not how this is going to work. So I am just going to try to color in a bit and see, like, that line looks too harsh. Let's try to... Okay, I don't think that looks too horrible. Right here looks kind of funky. But I don't think that looks too bad. You can still see it kind of has like a little gradient to it where my natural hair goes to. But I just kind of filled in where it was a little more sparse. Let's do the other eye first. Okay, so we have the more sparse areas filled in right here. Now I don't really do my brows, to be honest with you, but when I do my brows, I normally don't do anything like down here because they are still pretty freaking full. But for today's video, I will go ahead and do that. Just for testing purposes. Okay, so there are my brows completely done. Of course, I didn't like color them in or anything like that, but thankfully I don't need to. So I really, really like this brow pencil. You know, as I've mentioned multiple times, I don't really do my brows and I have a really hard time finding something that works for my brows because I only have just like this little part to fill in. This is working really, really well. Just applied it. I was barely putting any pressure on my actual eyebrows at all, so it gave off, I wouldn't say a lot of pigment because I wasn't really pressing down, but it gave off pigment even when I was going really light, and I kind of like that because you can kind of adjust to what level of filling in your eyebrows needs. Like for me, like I said, it only needs just like these little parts right here. So I am really liking the way that my brows look. Now the color, once again, isn't an absolute perfect match, but it's pretty darn close. Unfortunately, I believe this is the second to darkest shade, if I'm correct. So, you know, you would have to go to black after this. And obviously my eyebrows aren't black either, so that's kind of hard. So I think this would be the closest match. So as I mentioned before I started filling in my brows, you're not going to get like a hair-like stroke with this. So if you look at my brows like up close, you can tell that it's just kind of like mushed in there, like it's not actually a hair stroke. So as I mentioned, if you want a hair-like stroke, this is probably not it. You can see it is really fine, but it's not as fine as a hair. So let me press down super hard. So there's not much difference when you press down really hard and when you press really lightly. As mentioned, it is fine. It's not as fine as a hair stroke. But if you just need like a lot of coloring in with really fine details, this is perfect. Out of all of the eyebrow products that I have tried so far, including powders, this would be my favorite. It's kind of giving me exactly what I would want when my eyebrows are filled in, so I really like this. Okay, this is also supposed to be smudge proof, so I just drew 3 lines on my hand. I did one where I was barely pressing down with a lot of pressure, and then this one I went over like 5 or 6 times. So I'm going to try to sit here and smudge these to see what happens. So here's the before. Wow. Here's the after. It's almost gone. So I would not say that's smudge proof. The multiple lines, yeah, like the one that I went over 5 or 6 times, it's still there, but I really didn't rub like that crazily on my hand and the whole thing came off. If you're anything like me, I'm kind of rough around my face. I rub my eyes a lot. I itch a lot. So this, unfortunately, would not hold up to that, I don't think. It also says it's waterproof. I'm going to draw a few more lines here like I did before. There's the different ones. And I'm going to still came off. So, I mean, would water, if it just had water happen to hit your face and just trickle down, would your eyebrows be safe? Yes, they would. If you were to go swimming, to the beach, to a water park, and try to actively, you know, wipe sunscreen on your face, wipe your face off, would it last? No. But that being said, even with the fact that it's not smudge proof and not actually waterproof, is it still good? Yes, because most of the time if you're wearing this, you're not going to be in a space where you are being doused with water. So would I recommend this pencil? Absolutely, absolutely. It's adorable. The packaging is super cute. It does go on super fine. It fills in kind of just like a perfect amount for me. They do have quite a color shade range. They have 8 different colors of this. This is the second to the darkest, so the next one after this would be black. The Too Faced Superfine Brow Detailer retails for $23. Kind of pricey for a brow pencil, but it is really, really good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this could give you some sort of information about this new brow product, whether you want to go try it or whether it's a pass. That's up to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.